alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, I just want us to reflect that worship, ibadah, is not merely about prostrating before something. And we, as Muslims, we often think about idol worship in the times of Ibrahim alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam, and the Prophet, of their idols around the Kaaba. So prostrating and praying towards it, worship is a state of being. It's a belief. It's a conviction. And this is why in the Shahada, Ashhadu Allah, that we have this conviction, this belief we have witnessed. And this belief and this conviction, then it has to eventually translate into action. This is why Al-Islam is a religion of action. And this is why I just written to you an article, or a few words about now the importance that I urge you now to try and establish small hubs so you can discuss, heart see, and to energize people from your family and friends in the community to start to study this so their eyes and hearts and minds can open. So when we are told in the Quran about people who worship idols, so as I said to you, we may imagine them bowing down to a statue, expecting them to help them. Of course they couldn't. And then we think, well, no, we're not living in such times now. But throughout the Quran, Tawheed and Shirk is one of the main teachings. So in that case, then it must be a very serious issue, and we can't dismiss it lightly. So when we take the time to reflect on the implications of Shirk and what it means to worship entities other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we realize that potentially we can worship anything that we believe is the source of power and perfection. And sadly, this is the state of the majority of the Ummah of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Western civilization and materialism, consumerism, and particularly the Jadic system. Let's keep in mind, inshallah ta'ala, that this worship is not used in the narrow conventional sense, that rather worship is whatever we devote ourselves to. Remember, whatever we devote ourselves to. One of the pillars of Islam is Hajj, to make Tawaf around the Kaaba. We need to ask ourselves, what are we focusing our hearts towards making Tawaf? What are we devoting ourselves to? Is it money, fame, success? So for instance, we worship money when we believe that it has the power to fill all our hopes and desires, and this is the world that we are living in. Success is all based on economy. And understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created jinn and mankind only to worship Him. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونِ. So the question is, shall we worship or not? But rather, who or what shall we worship? Everything other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is whispering to us to be obedient to it. But we should practice tafakkur, we should reconnect with the Quran, and this is the purpose of Heart See, the channel, is to cleanse our heart, cleanse our mind, our thinking. This connects us to the left and the right hemisphere, our approach. So we can purify our hearts and our minds to understand what is our purpose of life, which is none other than to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.